but herO is the type of player who can oftentimes just cripple a Zerg before we get there. 4-1 right now.
He's chosen to totally disappear from the booth.
Yeah.
He's switching out the chairs. Kind of awkward for the intro.
That was a bit weird.
It's like, here's where herO used to be.
This is where he will be sitting.
Okay, I was wondering about that. Okay, so let's take a look at herO again.
This is where herO would be if we had one.
4-1 versus Zerg. 19-9. He's actually #1 right now. That's why he's the Grandmaster logo on his name. He's won 4 out of his last 5 Pro League matches. His arrow could not point any more up, man. Might as well point up to the west. Like it's like
got a northwest
broken.
arrow. It's like
it's broken. It's like broken.
It's
sphere,
rainbow
man.
colored. Like
yeah, that could very well be a thing. Now DRG. It never changes his hair, but you know it looks great today. 9-11, but that downward arrow pretty indicative of his last 5 games. 4-1, loss to win ratio there, and he's only 4-5 versus Pross. His very first Pro League game ever against Parting, he got crushed, and I feel like he hasn't really recovered in this matchup just yet. He's a bit shaky in it.
Yeah, I agree. He can look good, and he loves his kind of like his Ling Roach timings into muted. He loves his muted more than anything else in this matchup, I feel. Seeing that more than anything else.
Well, it's time. DRG, the last hope for MVP. Unfortunately for him, he has to go against the #1 player in points for Pro League here on Game 3.
LTA는 SK텔레콤.
All right, now over here to the top right in the yellow for CJ Antis, it's herO, #1 in Pro League points.
and down here in the bottom left in the teal for MVP, it's DongRaeGu.
Sorry, I broke the rules. I said the first player. I don't know why, but I just did that.
It's fine.
Something came over me.
I think during the first day, we decided that, and we haven't changed it up since then.
Yeah, that was the first
and
time.
you just messed it up.
I know I broke the tradition. Like this is when like the Kespa observer like pauses and then like
he's like,
types,
wait, no,
PPP,
pregame.
and then like, they come over to our desk and like the referees are like talking to us, and then like Team Salmon gets a warning.
Oh, that'd be great. And we already have a development, seeing the pylon on the low ground at the natural for herO. So most likely going to be a Forge, Fast Expand, possible Cannon Rush.
Yeah.
If DRG is a little too greedy.
Almost nobody skips Drone Scout anymore these days, though.
Yeah.
But you know what? DRG is skipping it so far.
Some people do. Some people got to do what they got to do against such a player such as herO. And there's the Forge. There's the Scout. And let's see exactly what DRG is going to go for.
He's not going to see that with his Overlord, so.
Nope.
Makes a pool.
Makes a pool. Safety first, guys.
Yeah. So instead of scouting, he's just going to do this for safety. It's gonna,
oh, it's completely the
no
right
cannons
choice.
could go down.
Completely the right choice. So very well done by DRG. Making that blind correct choice.
Let's see how herO decides to respond. Most likely we'll just make a Nexus. But we have seen players still continue to cannon even after the pool is
Some people
made.
will do that for sure, right?
SOS.
Well, I get it on ladder all the time. People just don't care. They'll cannon you. And a sneaky drone gets to the natural.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Nice play.
And
Now the disappointed drone is going to come down.
Oh, he sees it. He's going to put his... Nah, he's going to get Nexus. All right, so he's going to play straight up.
don't get too scared, Moonglade. Don't
Oh,
get too panicked.
I'm like, there's like
His
ways.
whole life flashes before his
There's
eyes.
ways. If you see that probe go up to the top of the ramp and it's one of those ramps that like can do like a square of pylons, you'll see a cannon up there.
Yeah. No, we've seen this before, like on Frost, on that little nub.
Oh yeah.
The Cannon Rush nub.
The Nook.
The Nook.
The Cannon Rush Nook.
Yeah, the Cannon Rush Nook, not the cranny.
Not
At the
the-
natural
no,
where the
it's-
Queen hides for the speedling
Yeah,
device in ZVZ.
that's too small for cannons. That's
Yeah.
a cranny.
That's a cranny.
But a Nook.
Nook
Yeah.
is a word that, for me, it spells like comfort. You know, there's more space in there, like a
Yeah.
little nook in the corner of your
Nook
house.
just
like,
reminds me of Tom Nook from Animal Crossing. That guy is such a crook. Always asking me to upgrade my house for way too much money. I guess
I've never played Animal Crossing, guys.
it's a great game to relax. Speaking of Nook making you feel comfortable, but Tom Nook is the one character that will not make you feel comfortable in that game.
All right.
Him and Mr. Rossetti, but Animal Crossing, a game I played a long time ago, and I did play the 3DS version recently, but stopped because I wanted to play esports games a lot more often.
Nice.
Yeah.
I don't play single-player games all too often these days, although I have been getting back into the RPG scene.
I miss RPG games, actually. I really like, but I kind of like the bad RPGs. I kind of like MMO RPGs a little too much.
Like which ones, for example?
Well, like I don't usually dabble in them. Like I played WoW for a year and then I stopped, and that was like back in 2004. But since then, I have an appreciation for them, but I'm scared of them because I get too addicted.
Oh, I played World of Warcraft for 5 years.
Ooh.
I was one of those guys. Like,
One of those guys.
Yeah.
It's quite common. I never actually played the game. I never installed it.
Well,
never
like
touched it.
I played WoW for a year and I lost WCG Warcraft 3 for Australia, and then I'm like I quit. Like I gotta win this. I can't be losing in my city in my country. So then I went back and won the next one.
Of course you
Nice.
Of course I did.
Of course you did.
I had to. Redemption.
It was your duty.
It was my duty as Moonglade in Warcraft 3.
Well, guys, we have a Stargate. No big surprise. Actually, not a surprise
Actually,
at all.
it's not a
In fact, not
surprise
even
at
a
all.
little surprise.
Actually, I played Hero. I played Hero maybe a month ago in I think it was a GSL Online qualifier, round 1, and he beat me 2-0 with Stargate.
Oh, I remember watching. I was standing behind you while you were playing. I remember that game.
Would have crushed. But yeah, like he definitely loves his Stargate into sort of like Robotech, which is very standard, but he does it very, very well. And this time he's going to be Oracle, so you're going to go for some
Ooh.
economic damage here.
Oracle and Fast Robo, yeah.
Mm,
So probably going to take a third base with this. I think that probe might be going down to do just that right now.
yeah.
And this is a cool build. How many links did DRG make? I think he has like 8, right? Those are 6 plus 2 more I think he's got.
Yeah, I mean, can kind of get some, can deal with a Zealot for sure. 6 Zealots definitely comfortably kill a Zealot. But and he's got an Overlord near the third base, kind of keeping a lookout if it's going to be very quick. And we see a Void Ray after this, okay.
So he's going to harass, force those Spore Crawlers, then go Voids into that third base. Pretty common to see on this map to go Void Ray
It's
follow-up.
actually a really good choice against DRG, especially because he does love his Roach aggression. So we'll have to wait and see if DRG is actually going to go down that tech path. That we've seen so many times in the past.
Well, this Oracle's actually going to get 2 kills here. The Spore wasn't quite ready yet. It gets 3, I think.
Yeah. An easy 3.
Usually you can get 4 at most, so 3 is not bad. It's more so about the...
Easy 3-zy.
Whoa!
And I mean, he doesn't take really any sort of real damage, just shield damage. So very healthy Oracle, which is great and very good against. You kind of have to keep it alive because it's really good against killing Zerglings.
Yeah, in fact, he's just going to use that for that right now.
Yeah.
They're slow Zerglings at this moment, so...
Yep, they're probably all going to die, actually.
Yeah, I think every single one of them will
So
die.
sad. They get popped like
Wow.
1 second.
Yep.
Ouch.
That's what happens, guys.
Yeah.
And looking
When you're Zergling, yeah.
we do see 1/1 Zerglings and a Roach Warren coming up late. Have to wait and see if it's going to be well, definitely going to be a huge committal into Zerglings. See if there's going to be any Roaches after this, but he's going to go try and cancel that third base. But I mean, the Oracle's still up, and we do have Void Ray on the map, as well as Gateway and Immortal.
Yeah. He's got a good wall at the third as well. Good. I think he put a cannon over there as well. He's got like 4
so.
extra gateways going up as well.
As well as Colossi popping out now.
Yeah.
Well, Oracle over here again, just so useful for the defense against pure speedling. And all you need is 1. You don't even need like 2.
Yeah, see, look how scared they are.
They're like, oh no, absolutely not.
15 kills on that bad boy.
And now he's just like really awkward because he made all these links instead of drones.
Yeah,
so.
it actually was a complete failure. And yeah, that could have been 10 drones.
Is
No
it?
fourth base
Is it just
yet.
me or we had no probing whatsoever?
I think it's
attack with
we could
Colossi
very well
and these
see
gates?
it timing. I mean, we got a simulator building.
That's like 8 gates, right?
That's actually really cute. You see the simulator building on the left of that third base, kind of like trying to make it look like there's going to be production there. There's going to be like probes there and stuff, but we actually see none.
yeah, I actually think he's gonna do an all-in.
He stopped at 47
for a long time.
Yeah, the Overlord sees it. He's like, oh god. So he needs to start making units and nothing but. And we have to wait and see if he's going to make the right units because there's going to be Colossus. And we're going to see Zerglings and Roaches.
He's starting an infestation pit. Do you think he's maybe misread this?
Very possibly. I don't know what he's going to
Okay,
really
now he's going to really see his first glimpse. 100% of like there are literally no probes here.
Yeah. And this could be a huge mistake by DRG because he's going to fully invest all these Zerglings into an empty
They're going to
third.
get trapped over here potentially as well. Let's see. I mean,
He's not even gonna. Oh, he just kills it.
oh, they actually do escape too. I thought that was a tight wall back there.
Yeah. He puts a pylon in the middle there too. Maybe like making it look like he's gonna remake it or something.
Well, here's that push. We got an Oracle and a Void Ray with a bunch of Colossi, Immortals, a bunch of Stalkers.
Is
so
there-
much production behind this.
Is there a Warp Prism? I think there is.
Yeah,
right?
there is. It's coming with
He
the
needs
army.
that.
There it is. That little blip on
That
the
little
map.
blip, yeah, I see it. Okay, he needs that so badly right now.
He's gonna need such a surround on these Colossus. There are only 2, so it's possible without any sort of real any Colossus kind of units. But it's going to be very hard with this many Sentry.
Boy.
And he needs to come from multiple angles, because if he just comes from the back, the Colossus can just walk on top of the sentries to the other side. All right, here we go. It's actually a pretty good position here for DRG. You need to see some force fields going down. There they are. And he's starting to set microing his way back. That Warp Prism needs to be targeted as well with Queens if he can help it. Great micro on that Colossus. And I think DRG is actually just going to be fine here.
Oh, it's looking so close. I mean, 2
Well, you know,
Immortals
the
in the back.
Immortals are still alive.
Yeah.
I take it back.
Immortals in the back just doing so much work, and 1 Colossus still alive, so Zeldins is still going to get completely destroyed, and
He just doesn't have...
so many Sentries.
So
All right, he
many
comes in again.
sentries.
This is the moment.
Fighting with a lot of drones, but another good force field over there, blocking a lot of those roaches. Great micro on the Colossi, keeping it alive for so long. Focus on the War Prism, though.
Oh.
Yep. Oh,
wow.
I really underestimated how much damage or rather, how many Immortals were in this mix still.
Oh, they are gods, man.
Yeah,
They are
well, never mind.
gods.
Bad call Wolf over here.
Don't worry about it.
Another giant warp in here.
Believe me, a lot of Zergs think they can take that on too, and they're like, oh,
Well,
wait.
I mean, DRG seemed like he thought he could as
GG.
well.
GG.
GG indeed.
Really
And
beautiful execution by
Guys.
herO. This is why he's #1.
5-0 plus 11 indicator. There has never been a team this season who has gone with a record this solid. It has never happened before. This is the first time.
Yeah. We had SKT at like 4-1, I believe.
It was
in
like
round
+9
3.
or something.
Yeah, but this is CJ. This is their round so far. They only have 2 more matchups to play, and they look unstoppable. I have to say, even Hydra in the first game. You know, Keen isn't the best player, but Hydra looked really good.
He looks good.
He looks practiced. He looks pretty good.
It looks like a really happy environment there.
Yeah.
Very strong team, very positive, high morale.
Coach Park is pulling this team together.
Well, the thing is, they use so much variety in the lineups. They're pulling out players like Gumiho and Hush sometimes.
yeah, they have so many good players.
Effort
so much
is
depth
there.
right now.
You know, we didn't even get to see him today.
He was playing in a ZDT as well, which I thought he would 100% win.
We got players in there like Bunny, who we've seen from time to time. Sora is still in there. Don't forget. This is a really great lineup of players. A lot of them, with so many different ways of playing the game.